Welcome back guys on my YouTube channel. Today I'm in company of the brand new KTM 890 Adventure R 2023 model, and today I'll bring you with me step by step on how to install the new Rebel X Sports rally kit for this bike. It's very similar, it has the same features as it had on the 22 model, but clearly now it's adapted in order to fit with the 2023 side panels.
Okay, now I'll quickly show you how to disassemble the headlight assembly. It's a bit pain in the ass because there are lots of bolts to take off the headlight, all the plastics that go around it. It will take a while, but here we'll show you quickly how to do it. There are also some clips on the plastics, which, if you never did it, can be tricky to find. Disconnect the turn indicators, and I write always which is left and which is right with a marker, so that then when I'll assemble the tower, I will know exactly where each one goes. Take off the OEM dashboard and clip it. Then the front plastic that goes in front of the headlight. Now the headlight is almost free. You need to take the sides of the tower and the other plastics out. Gonna take a while. It's a lot of bolts. Be sure then to properly mark which bolt goes where, just so that at least then you know which bolts you need to put back together and which you don't need. Run the cables through the tower so that finally you can remove everything.
Okay, some weeks have passed. Now the rally kit is out. I'm starting to walk again, which is a great news, even though still many months before I ride. And also these CNC machined parts are in, so that I can explain how they get placed on the tower and their function. Practically, these two CNC machine brackets are for the OEM dashboard. Once you remove the dashboard, then you're gonna place them on here. On the side, they have threaded holes. But before you decide which orientation to put the dashboard in, this can be placed on the tower on both ways. So depending on how much you want to tilt the angle, you can either place it like this on the tower or the other way around. That's the reason why they're not, you see, in the same position. And these are threaded holes. So I don't have any more the bike here because I finished building it, and the dashboard is on. Once the dashboard is on, you go and put it on the tower, and you just use the M5 1016 8mm bolts. Tighten properly in the position you want, and you're done.
Once you divided the tower in two, you can unplug the other connectors, cut the zip ties on all the cables near the headstock. Now it's time to run the U-bolt around the headstock and put the CNC machined frame clamp. Place it in position and put the nut and washer in place. Don't tighten it for now. Then go and put the side 12.9 black bolts. These will help you align everything so that everything is straight. Once you've put those and tightened them, not stiffly, just slightly, then start tightening the U-bolt until you see that everything is straight in position through the side black bolts. Now it's time to install the tower assembly. The tower comes pre-assembled, so this will make it easier for you. You have to run through the cables through the tower. On the side of the tower there is a slot, so that will help you, run the cables properly before inserting the tower, so you won't have to do it afterwards. Once you've disconnected and reconnected everything, you slide the tower on the CNC machined frame clamp, and then you're ready to put the 4 bolts, insert them, and start tightening everything. Now the tower assembly is on, be sure to put properly the wires with zip ties and then move on to installing the C clamps for the headlight. These brackets can be a bit stiff sometimes to put on, and then also put the front windshield bracket on without tightening it completely, as we'll do it after once you've slid in the headlight. Okay, now you're ready to slide in the headlight assembly. This also is pre-assembled, either if you have it the street legal version or the Baja design version, but you slide it in, align the holes, and then start tightening it. Be sure to do first a test in the dark sitting on the bike, cause you can tilt the angle of the headlight, and based on that then you'll tighten the side bolts. After this you can finally tighten the windshield bracket. It's time now to install the side panels, the inner side panels. You have two slotted holes where you have two M5 by 12 bolts with washer that you'll bolt on directly on the OEM supports, and then you have a hole to see the coolant level on the side of the coolant reservoir. On the coolant reservoir you can add some Velcro to keep it in place, but anyway, even if you don't, when the external side panel makes like a sandwich with it, it won't move, but always better to add some extra fixing. You're now ready to assemble the external side panels. You take down the radiator shroud, they align easy, and then you put a bolt through so that you know they're fixed in place, and put back on the radiator shroud. Now you'll get on the left-hand side the tension regulator, mark where to drill the holes, and drill two big holes in order to then put the spacers. And then through the spacers, once you fix the spacers, you have the long M6 bolts that go through, and then tighten everything back together and reconnect the tension regulator. Once you've installed the regulator, now it's time to put back on the radiator shrouds with the side panels and loosen one of the bolts, because there the air scoop will go then to be installed. Before installing the air scoop, verify the dimension of the holes. Since sometimes the coating of the air scoop can have some thickness to it, you might not be able to put the rubber grommet directly through, so simply enlarge the hole with a 9mm or 10mm drill. Then once you've enlarged the hole, you put the rubber grommet and you're ready to put the air scoop back on. When you'll put it back on the side, you'll have to drill the hole in correspondence of the side panel. It's already marked here, but don't go and drill directly where the marking is, as there is tolerance with plastics and with bikes, depending if it's new or a used bike. Put the air scoop on with the rubber grommets, assemble the windshield, and then with a pen mark this point and then drill the hole before putting everything back on, bolting everything together. You position the air scoop under, you bolt it with the side panel, so they make a sort of sandwich. It's a side panel, air scoop, and radiator shroud. Then place the fairing, the windshield on, and once you've placed the windshield on with a quick release, you'll have to check and put the rubber grommets and then put the bolts. Be sure to press from underneath so that the rubber grommet catches, the thread catches with the bolt. Then tighten everything, close the quick release of the windshield, and you're done, ready to go.